guys, and welcome back to Digital Wartech Academy YouTube channel. In this class, you will learn how to use the EDATE, EOMONTH, and text function. Hit the subscribe button. Let's dive right in.
Good day, everyone, and welcome again to Digital World class. We're going to continue with the date and time function we've been treating, and today we're going to be working with the EDATE, the EOMONTH, and the text function. So what does the EDATE function do? The EDATE function adds a specified number of months to a given date, returning the resulting date. So what we are doing here is we're telling Excel to help us add a specified number of months to a date, and it should return the date back to us, the resulting date back to us. Say, for instance, a project was given today, and that project is expected to be returned or to be submitted in 2 months' time. We can use the EDATE function to calculate when exactly that 2 months will elapse. And to do that here in Excel, we need two things. We need the start date, and then we need the month. So equals to EDATE. EDATE need the start date and the month. So look at what I said earlier. I said a project was given today, and it is expected to be submitted in 2 months' time. So that means 2 months is the month. So I want to know what date will it be in 2 months' time? What date should I be expecting that project to be submitted? That is what this EDATE function will return back to me. The exact date that 2 months will elapse on. So my start date, I can remember the ones I've taught you earlier for the day and today. So you can either pick as a cell reference, write in the date, or you can use today. I'm very quick with today because I'm working with today function, since that one will be quicker to understand. So today, then comma, month. So we're working with 2 months. So I want to know what date will it be in 2 months' time. By pressing enter, now we've encountered something like this before, so this shouldn't be new to you. So I'm changing it back. So now I have this. Looking at this, you can see that the only difference between today's date and what I have here is the month. This month is 5. That's May. It's telling me that in 2 months' time, it's going to be July 19. And that's what I'm seeing here. So what this function is actually doing is it's returning the exact date for you. Today is 19. In 2 months' time, adding 2 months to that date, to the date that I'm presently using, is going to be still what? 19. July 19th, 2026. So that is what this EDATE function will do. Adding a specified number of months to a date and then returning the resulting date back to you. And also, you can also take it backward. Let's say I want to know what date was it 2 months ago, or what date was it 10 months ago. Now, if to do that, that means for your months, you will have to use minus. So my date, I'm still working with today function. Then for months, I will have to put an hyphen in front of it, and then just give it, let's say 10. I mentioned 10 earlier, so let's use 10. That means I want you to help me count backward. What date was it 10 months ago? That's, yes, what date was it 10 months ago? So let's just change this to date, and I'm saying July. I'm saying July 19th, 2025. So it's taking me backward. You can see that what the year I have now is 2025, not 2026. So we use this EDATE function to know a resulting date after adding a specified number of months to that date. Then we have the older brother, which is EOMONTH. We have the older brother, which is EOMONTH. Now, these two functions, they do the same thing. They are similar in what they return back to us, but there's a very small difference. And the difference is that the EOMONTH returns the last day of that month for us. So for instance, the EOMONTH is a function that does almost the same thing as the EDATE, but the difference is that EOMONTH extends the calculation up until the last day of the month. So let's say still that same calculation that we're doing, the project was given today, you were given 2 months to submit the project, but then that 2 months, there's an extension. If the 2 months falls on, let's say the middle of the month, I'm giving you the grace to finish it up until that last day of the month. So that is what this EOMONTH does. It will extend your day, that your day number, the 19 that I was saying here, it's going to extend it to the last day of the month. So if it falls on a day, or if it falls on a month where it has 30 days, like June, September, then I know I'm expecting 30 on those dates. If it falls on February, if it's not a leap year, I know I'm expecting 28. So if it falls on a day, on a month where it's 31, like January, March, and all that, I know I'm expecting 31 in my function. But then let us see it. So let's type out the formula, EOMONTH. My date is today, and my month is 2. So I'm using the same thing we used earlier for EDATE, so that we're going to see the difference. Remember I told you at the beginning that dates are seen as numbers. So that's why I'm saying something like this. But that's not where we're going to. So now look at what we did. The same syntax, but different formulas. See the EDATE function. EDATE, I used today as the start date, and I gave it 2 months. But it returned July 19, 2026 for me. But then I'm using that same syntax, today and 2 months, on the EOMONTH function, but that one is giving me July 31, 2026. So as if you look at both of them, they do almost the same thing, but it's just the EDATE function returns the exact date after adding the number of months to it, while EOMONTH had the number of months to it also, but then it does an extension up until the last day of the month. Now, I mentioned when I was doing the intro, I said we're going to be treating EDATE, EOMONTH, and text function. Now, text functions, just like the name implies, it is not a date function. It's not a date function. It falls under text, how to format text and all that. But we can use it here in the date functions here to format our date. When I mean by format, it means this time around, I no longer want to see 19 as a day. I no longer want to see 5 as my month. I no longer want to see, okay, 2026 is still the same thing. But for day and month, I don't want to see it as a number. I want to see the day of the week they fall on, or the month name that they fall on. To do that, none of these functions here can help us with it. It now falls under text. The text function formats text into strings for us. So now this time around, I want to see what day of the week does this date fall on. Is it a Thursday? Is it a Saturday? Is it a Monday? To see that, we have to introduce the text function. So equals to text. Remember, it is not a date function. It's a text function, but it is used to format numbers as a string. So as I'm introducing it here also, remember I told you that dates are seen as numbers here. So my value is the date itself. My value is my date, then comma. How do I want to format this value here? I want to format it to show me my day name. That's Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. So to do that, we have to introduce this format syntax. D, 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 D. That's 4 Ds. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I want to see my day name in full. Now you can see that I'm writing it in quotes because 4 Ds are text. You have to what? Include your double quote around it. So look at what I have. I have equals to text. I have my H8. My H8 is my date. Then I have the format text. The format text is the way I want it to help me format my value. And I want it to show me as a day name. So that's how I'm introducing the what? The D, 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 D. 4 Ds. Close your quotes, close your brackets, then enter. It's telling me that what? This particular day falls on a Friday. Let's test it. Let's see if it is correct. I'm going to open up my calendar. So the date is what? 7th of July 31. This date keep confusing me. So July 31, right here. Do you see it? July 31, 2026 falls on a Friday. And that is the same thing that the text function did for us. Now, it doesn't just work with a date that is coming, that is coming. It works with a later date also. Now let's see what day of the week did this July 19th, 2025 fell on. That was last year. So, but we want to check it using the text function. So equals to text. I'm going to pick my date, then comma, in quotes. Now, for your DDD, you don't have, there's no a specific format that you have to write it. It can be in capital letter, it can be in small letter. So this time, let me use this lowercase. So for this, close your quotes, close your brackets, then enter. It's telling me that what this particular date fell on a Saturday. Now, this one is just for the day name. If I want to see the month, I want to see July this time around. I don't want to see 7. So that instance is where we're going to use M. I'm not using D again. D is for day, M is for month. So in quotes, M, 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 M. 4 M's, close your quotes, close your brackets, then enter. I'm saying what? July. You see it? So we can use these functions to format our date to show us the day name and the month name. If I want to see the month name and the year at the same time, I can do it like this. Text, I'll pick my date, comma, then my format text is going to be MMMM, then space Y, 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 Y. Y, Y is for year. Remember I told you D is for month, D is for day, M is for month, Y is for year. So if I do this, close my quotes, close my brackets, then enter, I'm going to have something like this. So you can always work with something like this also. You don't, everything doesn't have to follow this just one, only Friday, only Saturday. No, you can work with the combination at once. This is it. So that brings us to the end of today's class, and I'll see you in the next class. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you want to learn more in-demand tech skill to take your journey further from the comfort of your home, check out our website for more information. Don't forget to like this video, drop a comment if you have any question, and share. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next class.